Today let's talk about bearings of one point from another point. Okay, the bearings of one point from another point. That is what we are going to discuss today. All right. Now the question says, in the diagram below, find the bearing of number 1 A from B, number 2 B from A, number 3 B from C. So this is the bearings that we are going to find. Okay. Now the first thing we need to do when finding the bearings of a point from another point is that if I ask to find bearing from point A to point B, you are going to find that bearing in B. Okay, if you are finding a bearing from point A to point B, you are going to find that bearings in point B. That's the second point. So if I ask to find a bearing of point B to point C, you are going to find that bearings in point C. So you are getting me? So if I say find a bearing from point C to point B, you are going to find it in the second point, which is point B. So if I say find a bearing from point A to point B, okay, you are going to find it in the second point, which is the point of B. And to find the bearings from another point, you need to start from the north pole. What is north pole? I drew something like this the other time I taught you. This is north, south, west, and east. So to find the bearings of any point, you need to start from the north pole, turning it to your clockwise movement. When I say clockwise, you turn it to your right hand side. This is clockwise movement. You turn it to your clockwise movement like this. You turn it from your right hand side. That is your clockwise movement. So if I say turn it anti-clockwise, you turn it like this. That is left hand side. But if I said you are going to find the bearings of any point using north pole by turning clockwise movement, that is from your right hand side to any point. Okay. So to find the bearings of any point, you need to start from the north pole, turning and clockwise movement in that bearings. Okay, so that is what we are going to handle today. So we have this question before us, and we are asked to find the bearings of A from B, the bearings of B from A, and the bearings of B from C. So to find the bearings of A from C, it is B that we are going to find our bearings from. To find the bearings of B from A, it is A that we are going to find that bearing from. I hope you are understanding me. You understood what I'm saying. So if I say find the bearings of B from C, it is C, the bearing of C, that we are going to stand and find its bearings. So assume this is our A, the point of A, this is a point of B, and this is a point C. Okay, this is a point C. So to find the bearings, number one question is to find the bearings of, let me write it, number one. Number one says the bearings of A from B. That is what we are asked to find. What are we going to do? You go to the point, since we are asking to find the bearings of A from B, that means you are going to find that bearings in point B, the second bearing, not the first bearing. This is a bearing, which is this one. So to find the bearing of A from B, it is B that are going to find that bearing. So you come to this place. I said earlier that you are going to start from north pole and draw a line to the points that joined from B to A. This is a line. This line drawn from here to this point. So when you are turning, where that line stops is where you are going to stop, and where your line stops is your bearings. By starting from the north pole, where is north pole? Look at the north pole of this. For example, this is, let me draw this thing out. For example, you have this place. This is the 30 degrees we have. Remember, there is a line draw like this. There is a line draw like this, which is this line. So this is your 30 degrees. So you are starting from this north pole. So you are going to draw a line and stop from where a line that is joining from B to A. Remember, this is your A. This is your point A. This is your point A. So assume I draw something like this. The line draw here and stop from here. So this is A and this is B. So if you are starting from this North Pole and draw a line, you are going to draw it and stop here where it is joining from B to A. So that is what will happen here. So in this case, since we are asking to find the bearings of A from B, so you are going to start from the North Pole and draw it to this place, and that is the bearings we are talking about. And the bearings of A from B is equal to 030. Always put it at 030 because the total angle in the bearing is 360 to complete the 3 digits. So that is the bearings of A from B. Alright, so let's move to number 2. Number 2 says that you should find the bearing of B, right? The bearing of B from A. That means it is the bearings of B that we are going to find, not the face bearing. It's always the second bearing. Remember, in this place we were finding from A to B, and we stood at the bearings B, which is this bearing, and find the bearings. So we stood at this point B to find the bearings of that point. So the bearings of A, the bearings of B from A, we are going to stand at point B to find the bearings. So since we are finding B from A, we are going to start in point A to find the bearings. Alright, so you are getting me now. So what you need to do is to start from the North Pole and draw it to your clockwise movement. And you're going to start where the point joining from A to B. The point that joins here from this point to this point is where you are going to stop. Remember, if you are starting from this point and draw, let me draw out this point A here. This is the point we are talking about. And you are going to start from North Pole, which is here. If you draw it here, remember from here is 90 degrees. You write 90. You draw it here. This other place is 90, so you put here plus 90. So remember that when we draw it to this place, they gave us this angle which is 30 degrees. So if you draw from here, you turn 90 plus 90, 180 plus this 30 degrees. So that is what we are going to have. We are going to have 90 plus 90 plus 30, and 90 plus 90 will give you 180, and 180 plus 30 will give you is it 220, right? Or 210. All right, so you are going to have 210. So that is how to find the bearing. So the solution here will be the bearings of the bearings of B from A will be equal to, when you draw the face from the North Pole, this place, the first point was 90, so you write here 90 plus, you draw it again from here to this place, it was 90, so you put here 90. So you draw it and stop from this point where the point is joining from point A to point B, and this angle was given as 30, so you write here plus 30. Now when you sum up this, you're going to have 90 plus 90 plus 30 will give you 210 degrees, and that is the bearings that we are looking for from B from A. So the bearings of B from A is 210 in this diagram. You are getting me. So let's move to number 3 as the final question in this diagram. Now the question says that we should find the bearings of B from C. So that means if we are finding the bearings of B from C, we are going to start at the point of C to find their bearings, not from B. Remember, we always stand in the second angle, in the second point to find the bearings of any point given. So since they asked us to find the bearings of B from C, so it is C, the second point given, that we are going to stand and find their bearings. So to find the bearings, what you need to do is to go and locate your C, and this is your C. So you are going to start from here, which is N, the North Pole. This is N, the North Pole. You are going to turn it to your clockwise movement. So you're going to start where this line joining from C to B, and that line is this line drawn from here to this point B. So the line joining from C to this point is given as 70, and if you draw from this north, from this place to this place is 90. So if you draw from this 90 to this place is 90 plus 70. So this 90 plus 70 is the required bearing. So you are going to say that the bearings of B from C is equal to the face turn. The face turn give you 90. So you write here 90 degrees plus the second turn from this point to this point. They gave an angle which was 70 degrees. So from this point is 70 and from this point to this point is 90. So 90 plus 70 will give you 90 plus 70 will give you 160 160 degrees. So this is equal to 160 degrees. So that is the bearings from B, the bearings of B from C. So that is how to find the bearings of any point from any given point. So I'm going to give you assignment that should be on our next video, or I will send it to your WhatsApp. So thank you for watching this video. Do as well to read through every lesson that I'm giving to you, because I don't know how I'm going to organize exams for you, because as a teacher you need to give exams no matter how the case may be. So I have been teaching you this almost making, let me say, 2 months. So you should be taking note of everything that I have been teaching you from the beginning to the onset. So we are going to say a time that we are going to organize class, either live class or something tangible. So that is what I have for you today. In our next video, I am going to discuss how to find a bearings. So I'm going to give you a question, then you construct your own diagram, then you find a bearings. But as we proceed, I'm going to explain more and more. All right.